Yo, check it. This that southern shopping screw vibes. DC to H-Town, we got the wave. 2DopeMarks live.
With the 2DopeMarks, bringing the heat every night. Shopping screw flow, putting raps in the spotlight. From DC to Houston, we ride or die tight. Two voices, one passion. Keep the
Woo.
Let that bitch play again. Run that bitch back.
Let that bitch breathe, as
run that bitch back.
So, welcome to the 2DopeMarks Arena, your home for Go Girl Wrestling, for a brand new episode of 2DopeMarks. I'm Brando. That's D. We thank you for tuning in. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find us at 2DopeMarks. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to us on all your favorite pod systems. Again, we on demand Fridays. New episodes air Thursday, typically at 7:30, 6:30 Central. But we a little late today because technical difficulties had to be sorted out. But we bike, we up, we good, and we still giving away our state tickets.
Yes.
Now we did the whole 5 heartbeats, turn your radio down last Thursday. It was a simple question. If you can name the 4 or 5, was it 5? 5.
It's 4.
If you name the 4 people that are on the BRP 50 that are on Sunday's Ashe card in the comments, either on YouTube or on Twitter.
In the DMs, the DMs too, won't give a shit.
And according to D,
what?
Nobody bit. So, before this wraps up, because we do have a special guest this evening,
we're
gonna give away this goddamn ticket before Sunday.
Yes.
That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna give away this ticket. So yeah, jam-packed show. We got the one, the only, the most active, I would say, Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora champion of all time. Suge D is joining us later on in the show. Stay tuned for that. It is quite possibly the most hilarious, insightful interview, and I think I put a battery in that man back when I made a comment, which is why he's on the warpath today.
Man. I was so proud of him. I love chaos.
You'll see why. You'll see why in the conversation we have with Suge coming up later. We got a jam-packed show, as I said. We are going to be talking Oba Femi, doing it for the ancestors. We are going to be talking AEW Revolution and the fallout from Revolution, since we know 2 people are hurt. We're going to even talk Tony Kaun trying to buy up his competition. And of course, Hater, Hero of the Week, and also some other things in between. But first, D, you were in Chevrolet this past Sunday, where a new title was shown to the world. Our good friend of the program, Chaz.
Let me tell you something.
Baltimore's greatest motor mouth himself finally opened up that suitcase and revealed to the world what was it.
Voila.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen. Our good man Chaz is the inaugural Young Simba champion. The inaugural Young Simba champion. What does that title mean to you, D, when you hear the term Young Simba?
That means it's the transition. It's the transition. We know you about to be a champion. Like, we know you about to be the man. So you about to be Simba right now, but you about to be Mufasa later on.
I like that. I like that.
I love The Lion King. It's one of my top 5 favorite Disney movies.
It should be. I mean, basically, it's Hamlet, right? And it's a playoff Hamlet.
I didn't read any Shakespeare.
See. Some things we'll figure this out. Don't worry.
I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. Does that count?
I mean, that works. That happens. I ain't gonna hold you, because either you're gonna get one. Either you're gonna get, you're gonna learn about Billy Shakes, or you're gonna learn about Brother Malcolm.
Yeah.
Me personally, Me personally, I think Brother Malcolm is a stronger situation than than Billy Shakespeare. But that's neither here nor there. So, how was your time in Shirley, by the way? I mean, it was a stat card. We should explain one of the situations in which he laid hands on a young man.
I'm gonna say that for the interview. Watching the Kings of the District, Blade and Ed O'Neill do their thing against Soca Party. Always a good time. Although it wasn't the Wrath of Kaun, it was still a good show, a good turnout. The cookout turned out, and I can't remember the vendor's name, but I had pork brisket, I had beef brisket, I had the macaroni and cheese with the crust, with the little burnt crust, and some pulled chicken. So it was a real cookout. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Shout out to all the talent. Suge showed out. Shout out to who else? Andino. Shout out to Big Bad Kaiju. It was a lot of talent, but bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Pure Ignorance. That's gonna be a storyline. It's for real. Shout out to Prince Machiavelli. Shout out to Noah Idol. But most importantly, shout out to the young Simba, the inaugural Simba champion, Chaz the Don. It was a good time. Black wrestling showed up, we had Chaz had his biggest fan. The motherfucker I do not know. It was so awkward. It was awkward as hell. Black wrestling had people walking up looking for Lovely. It was
a cookout.
I was just there for wrestling. Yeah, it was a cookout. It was a cookout. But it was a good time, man. It was really a good time. Good show.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to John.
Yeah. We figured that it was going to be a good show, even though it was originally supposed to be Wrath of Kaun, but given snowstorm and other situations, we now got something different. But no, it's a beautiful time. Support Fight Club, man. They're doing a damn thing for pro wrestling.
If you support Ashe, support Fight Club. Support
we were getting to that. Just support local wrestling, man. Support the indies, dog. That's the simplest thing we can say. Support the indies. Speaking of support, I know you watched the opening segment of Monday Night Raw.
I did.
Mm-hmm. We saw Seth Rollins and his putties get confronted by we saw him get confronted by Paul Heyman, and then later Paul Heyman trying to get FAFL over into FAF5. Brock Lesnar came.
That's gonna be a shirt.
It's gonna be. It ain't gonna be as hard as that Randy Orton shirt, but
yeah.
The new one. Yeah, it ain't gonna be as hard, but yeah. So we're basically like, we're gonna run Brock versus Seth back again, as Brock being
ain't nobody want to see that.
As Brock being Paul Heyman's, his ultimate spade, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
His big joker. And then when the lights went down and we heard them drums, it felt like a spirit bomb had been possessed and somebody let that bitch off.
Man, listen.
Oba Femi walked down there, stared Brock Lesnar in the eye. Brock Lesnar tried to charge at him. Oba lifted that man up like a baby. Power bombed with a fall from grace. Brock had to recognize the real, and then Oba Femi stood on that man's chest and said, "It's me and you at Mania."
Now, hold on, let me see if I can move and see. I can see the flip. They got a flip right there. That's the flip.
Yeah, that's the clip. That's why the subtitle for this episode is for the ancestors, because that's who Oba Femi did it for. He did it for every black WWE champion that had to lose their belt because they ran up next to Brock Lesnar. He did it for Coco Beware. He did it for Too Cold Scorpio. He did it for Teddy Long. Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, list goes on. Here's my question to you, D. Because that one segment is already the most viewed clip on YouTube in terms of the WrestleMania build so far in 2026. Even bigger than Punk being chosen by Roman. Has Oba Femi made this WrestleMania all about him? With one move, one segment.
That's a loaded question. Because if you make it about you, it's kind of a selfish thing. Now, my answer is, I'm a big fan. I'm a big advocate for if you can't answer a question with a question, right? But I'm answering a question with a question. Did WWE make WrestleMania about Oba Femi? That's the question you gotta ask. Plain and simple. But you have to ask that question. Now, for us, for the culture, for the ancestors, WWE made that shit for us. Plain and simple. I mean, we're gonna watch Jade, of course. We're gonna watch. I'm kind of hearing that Javon might be in a multi-man match for the IC title. Trick might be somewhere in there, but we gonna be watching Oba. And I hope I hope they open that bitch up night one.
Yeah, set the table off right.
I hope they open that bitch night one.
Mm-hmm. Gotta set the table right. When I tell you I replayed that clip like 11 times, whether it be the edited version of Michael Cole saying holy shit to the actual version of him saying holy shit, it hit me in a place, dog. It hit me in a place. I ain't felt that good about a wrestling segment in a good goddamn minute, bro. I ain't felt that good in a good goddamn minute. So I think, yes, you are correct. The WWE, not TKO, the WWE is letting people know. Like, yes, Trick Williams is going to be a star on SmackDown. Yes, Javon Evans has his lane. But that dude, former shot put champion,
according
Mr.
to
Alabama Crimson Tide himself, the most dominant male superstar in NXT history since, I would say, Keith Lee.
Are you saying he is what Keith Lee should have been with the right direction?
I think it's a little different. Okay, so now we in a this is definitely a black wrestling ass question, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Keith Lee had what Keith Lee had over Femi is that Keith Lee, if he wanted to, he could bust out some high flying shit, right? Like him and the match with him and Dijak showed that he could do some wild shit that he shouldn't be able to. At the same time, when Keith Lee came down, okay, shit about to get wrecked. Oba Femi comes down, everybody getting wrecked. There's a difference in terms of presentation and feel, I would say. So to answer your question, I think Oba Femi is being presented in a way that Keith Lee wasn't definitely not on the main roster. NXT, I think they like somewhat neck and neck because of similar finishers and all that, right? But what Oba Femi got right now, Oba Femi got the juice. Oba Femi got it. And brother, I can't wait for, if there's one match I want to see at Mania, is that one. And brother, if they 50-50 this shit and let Brock Lesnar get a win, boy.
I'm gonna cut a whole promo on TKO. I might get this
boy. Nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. Real quick, even though it's not in the show notes, remember we were booing the fact that Cody Rhodes is WWE champion. Even though I also said that we should like slow build Randy Orton versus him if we're going to give it as a Mania match.
Beat that nigga ass.
And then Randy Orton told him verbatim, "Yo, it's supposed to be Drew right here." If it was Drew right here, this should be a lot easier. But instead, I got to go back into the old me, go back to 09 me. And you know what? Cody Rhodes is an asshole to people he don't respect. Let's dissect this real quick fast. You see how he be punking Sami Zayn, right? Talking all that hot shit to Sami Zayn. But when it comes to Randy Orton, that man's like Sting. Like, I'm not even talking like Crow Sting. I'm talking bleach blonde hair. I'm going to cozy up to the Horseman Sting. Knowing full well they're about to beat his ass.
Randy
Orton said,
year in a row, I ain't a killer, but
Cody Rhodes up on the road to Mania.
Like, literally, Randy Orton said, I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
And he got he got pushed. He got pushed because he been eyeballing that title for a whole year.
Yeah.
And saying, yo, when it's my time, I'm coming. And sure enough, boy, did he.
See, here's the thing. People call Cody Raheem. You know, Keith is a black name too. Randall Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a black name too. Let's be clear. Randy more one of us than Cody is one of us. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say.
Any man, look, Randy Orton, among his favorite rappers, are Sexy Red and Ken the Man. I can't say that about Cody Rhodes. I can't.
Cody Rhodes is. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be quiet.
We'll let it simmer with that. So yeah, they're building towards something. I think we're gonna get Drew versus Jacob, but the fact of the matter is Monday belonged to Oba Femi, and secondarily, it did not belong to Roman Reigns and CM Punk because you don't punch a man because he called you old.
I wish we had talked about the puppy.
Like, you and I both, dog. He's like, look, if this man gonna talk about your daddy, like you gotta get a little more diabolical. But
absolutely. So for the dude that in the back that said don't say that, I don't give a shit with that.
Yeah. Now
you ain't talking about my father. Like you ain't gonna talk about my father. I'm going after everything else.
Taking it to hell. Now, the funny thing about it is we know Roman versus Punk is story. We know WWE focuses on story. However, they will give you a banger that said, yo, we just gonna let two dudes just go, right? That happened Monday with Penta versus Dragon Lee. Probably one of the best TV matches of the year so far over there. AEW is notorious for this, especially on Dynamite. Well, not last night's Dynamite, but Dynamite in general. So this begs the question, D. For you, are you a bigger fan of a more entertaining a more entertaining match, or a more entertaining story?
Another loaded question, because you can have both. I think you can't have one without the other. Actually, no. Let me rewind. You can have the Baker storyline. I'm sorry. You can have the fucked up storyline and have the banger match. It'll handle itself. But you can't do a banger storyline without a great match. We've seen this with multiple times. Let's be clear. I'm gonna go to Brock Lesnar, and they tried it with Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose at 32. And this is my personal opinion. They tried it with Cena and AJ at SummerSlam, and the storyline was it was air for me, but the match was crazy. If you look at Shawn and Taker at 25, the storyline was fantastic, and so was the match. You go to 26, the storyline was fantastic. The match was and then they ran it back double with Triple H. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like You can do if you do both. Yeah, you did that. But to just elaborate a little bit. I feel like with AEW, their storylines are not the greatest, but their matches are bangers. And at this current moment, certain matches don't have storylines in WWE, but their matches are still ass too. So it's like you're picking and choosing what you want to do.
I think for me, as somebody who enjoys a good bang, a good scrap here and there, I think we've been conditioned as fans to appreciate moments, right?
Okay.
Feel good moments, feel good storytelling. I could say that the story between MJF and Hangman Page is solid, and the blow off match for that feud being a Texas death match, and it being a great friggin' match at the same time shows that there's a healthy balance here, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I can say a bunch of people who have not had necessary stories or direction. They just throw them out there like, "Yo, you can wrestle, right? All right, cool." And I think the reason why I got this because again, Penta versus Dragon Lee was the impetus for this question because I'm like, Dragon Lee 2 weeks ago was beefing with Gunther. Penta just became Intercontinental Champion. He said he's going to defend that bitch all over the world. And I'm like, so is the Intercontinental title, which is, traditionally supposed to be the workman's title, the work rate title, like you now have to separate that from the U.S. side because it's like, wait, damn, is that the same belt? Like, y'all doing the same shit with him, right? So, and again, that's the same thing with Carmelo Hayes. Also being somebody like, yo, you may not have a few, I just need you to go out there and do some shit.
Right.
So for me, I lean more towards give me a banger match, but in the process of that match, you gotta tell me a story. Like I just can't do a bunch of high spots and a bunch of flips and a bunch of just because it don't give wrestling to me, it gives choreography.
So let me ask you this. What is the greatest what in your opinion, what is the greatest match with storytelling and a bang and a hell of a match?
Mania 25, Shawn versus
Shawn Taker.
Yeah.
Right.
Shawn Taker
So
won, yeah. Shawn Taker won. Shawn Taker Hell in a Cell, the first one. I think Taker Triple H end of an era in the Hell in a Cell match. I think Rock. I think even Rock Hogan, right? Right. Let's say Rock Hot Dog Man, because the story burst mid match. Because the moment that crowd was like, "Oh no, we rock."
So you gave me multiple. So what is the best match without a storyline? What the banger?
The best match without a story. Ooh. Like you just say, yo, we just want y'all to go wrestle.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a tough question.
I know.
Damn, because I would have thought like British Bulldog, Bret Hart, SummerSlam '92, but there's a story in that. It's called
there's a little bit of it.
Yeah, my cousin think he better than me, whatever. Like I'm on home turf. I'm main eventing. I'm like, nah. And Bret carried the fuck out that match, but it's not here or there. Man, that's a good question. Shit.
The reason why I asked that question is because WWE does more of it, and I'm not trying to go tit for tat, but WWE does more of it, and you're thinking more WWE versus AEW. And I'm not trying to compare. It's just the style of each company. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you look at it, shit, Danielson Omega, there was no story, but they put that shit on Dynamite.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I was thinking Danielson Omega, and then my brain was like, "Oh no, we just hype as a dream match." And I'm like, "Okay, well, there you have."
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's my point to like my response. Like you can't just put people out there. And I think that WWE is more so built on the storylines. And actually, to be honest with you, Ring of Honor used to be like that. TNA can be like that because I saw a lot of it back in the day, the Aces and Eights, the Main Event Mafia, those type situations. But it depends on what you want to. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Right. Yeah. And hell, I think I might slightly have my answer. But then again, there was a story to that too, and that's Daniels. That's Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, and AJ Styles, a triple threat. We'll come back. Well, I'll do my homework. Just I like what's my favorite? I'll figure that out.
Yeah. But speaking of that, like, did you watch AEW Revolution?
I watched the clips. I watched the matches I could via certain sites. I'm not gonna mention names because I ain't getting them taken down. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was an excellent pay-per-view. Like, look, at this point, dog, I've already just signed off on, like, if I'm gonna fall asleep, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna wake up and see that AEW bug right there that says thank you for watching, all right, cool. I will say that the main event delivered. Shout out to MJF for rocking the Terry Funk tights. Also
Maxwell Jerome Friedman.
Also, shout out to him, and also shout out to Randy Orton, because basically all that was on SmackDown was Terry Funk beating up Ric Flair after Great American Bash. That's what that was. Well, no, excellent. We said that Bandito and Andrade was gonna cook, and it did.
Absolutely.
We said Jon Moxley versus Takeshita was gonna cook, and it did. I'm not a fan of Willow and them losing the tag belts, but
that's some bullshit.
I guess it's time. Tekla is still your AEW Women's Champion. We predicted that one as well, so ain't nothing too crazy. Jungle Boy Jack Perry is the AEW National Champion, and Ricochet has crashed out on social media. I will not repeat what that.
We're not talking about that. We ain't talking about that.
Not repeating what that man said. And is there anything I'm missing? Oh yeah, no. Jet Speed and Mystico, who has done a complete redemption arc since the Sin Cara days, stepped up and won trios championships from Kazuchika Okada and company. I will say this though. I was not expecting Gabe Kidd and them to lose their first match as a trio in AEW, and then fast forward to Dynamite, lose the coffin match too.
Tommaso Ciampa did.
I mean, well, Ciampa actually won his debut match and won the damn TNT title and then dropped it.
I mean,
back to Kyle Fletcher. We had returns. I mean, Hangman say the Bucks and FTR can do this in their sleep, so that ain't no issue. But we had Edge and Christian Cage. I mean, cool. And then the melodramatic tease of Edge and Christian versus the Young Bucks. I'm like, all right, cool. But also,
I don't want to hear metalingus no more ever.
But also, this is the same card that gave us the return, the debut. I don't know how you want to phrase this with Ronda Rousey. And for better or worse, that woman gets clicks. For better or worse, she gets eyeballs. For better or worse, she's literally in AEW while simultaneously promoting an MMA match with Gina Carano, which screams like, damn, y'all really need the money. Right. And
that shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks. Ass.
Thank you, Joe Budden. Thank you, John Cena. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like, just because you get attention does not mean you're good. And considering how she spoke about the business in the past, I guess, brothers and sisters, I guess. Also, we found out this week. Toni Storm is out with injury, hence why she got wrote off last night. So the buildup of the feud with her and Ronda is on pause indefinitely. And I think we're in an interesting spot with the AEW World Title, man, because old buddy say he wants to be number one contender. Kenny Omega's like, nah, I'll fight you over that. And then old buddy's like, well, put your VP status on the line. All right, took the Young Bucks joint and get yours too.
I swear to God, I need old buddy to hear this. Yeah. Fuck him.
Yeah. Outside Gun laid out rather eloquently why people don't necessarily rock with old buddy. And
it's still playing. They're still playing. Live it, like it, love it. Right. Sorry, I hit it twice. My bad. I was enamored.
Let him out, though. Let me out, though. Anyway.
All you hear was that guy.
Exactly. So that's Revolution. That's Dynamite in a quick nutshell. Did you see the news of Tony Khan reportedly attempted to buy the WWE in 2023?
This man, listen. This is just like you trying to buy up the whole screwed SUC, the whole Houston like Masters. Like that man trying to buy every wrestling company, and he can, but you did. Yeah, I heard about that dumbass shit.
So, for those who don't know, or you were too busy locked in on March Madness today, because today is the opening day, the real opening day of the tournament. Post Wrestling shared the news that Base 10, company backed by Tony Khan, placed a bid on the WWE when it was up for sale in 2023 per court filings. It's literally, one of the most wildest things I've ever heard about, because I would have not expected it, right?
Is it that far fetched? Because Vince literally bought WCW.
Yeah, but eventually Endeavor came through, put the money up, won the bid, et cetera, et cetera. I was the other people who also made offers were the parent company of Formula One, was Liberty Media, and a private equity firm, KKR, right?
Okay.
Basically, their bids weren't necessarily known publicly, but now Tony Khan's bid is known publicly. Which basically, Tony Khan tried to play big bank, take little bank. And had that gone down in 2023, brother, I have no idea what this shit would look like. None. None at all. But
that shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
That shit would have stopped.
Yeah. So, Post Wrestling has all the court documents, all the filings there. You can go through them and look at it. But that would have been a little shaky. Not gonna hold you. It was gonna be a little shaky. With that being said, D, do you want to get to our esteemed guest?
Yes, indeed.
All right. So we happen to speak with the one, the only Suge D, right? Suge D, as said previously, has been somebody who, for all intents and purposes, it deserved his rematch for the Pan-Afrikan Diaspora World Championship, right? He deserved that. He's earned that, worked that, respect that, right? However, due to circumstances beyond his control, i.e. literally Mother Nature, he's not gotten his rematch. So, D, real quick before we switch over to our interview with Suge D, I'll be giving away this Ache ticket.
So look though, Kaun took the title off of Suge Dunkerton. Who did Suge beat to get the Pan-Afrikan Diaspora World Championship? You give me that answer, I give you the ticket.
All right. So I am once again going to tease this. Once again, I'll tease this on social media. D, you can do this as well. All right. So here's what it is. If you can name the person that Suge D defeated to become Pan-Afrikan World Champion, first person to give us the correct answer, got your ticket, you win the show.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you know what, real quick, before we even go, hey D, who's your hater? Let's say, hold on, we skipped it. Wait a second, I forgot. Hey, go. Somebody knocking. Somebody knocking. Hey. That's right. We're getting a real quick hater of the week. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. Our favorite little segment of the week where we just talk shit about whatever. I'll go first. Hero of the week. You know what I'm saying? Hero of the week is man. No, so Oba Femi is my hero of the week, dog. Like let's not. I ain't gotta sugarcoat it. Ain't gotta hesitate. Oba Femi is my hero of the week for what he did on Monday night, dog. Now, whatever he says about saying, "Oh, I like listening to whomever," no. Also, shout out to Marvel for getting back in the game with the Spider-Man trailer. Good heat. Yeah, that's my hero of the week, man. Oba Femi is my hero of the week. D, who is your hater or hero of the week?
My hater of the week is Suge Dunkerton. Because if you saw on Twitter, and people might mistake that for being negative. No, this was strictly positive.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my way home, catching the train home from work, and that man told the reigning Pan-Afrikan Diaspora World Champion that you ain't you beat me, but you ducking. A snowstorm stopped you from getting that title the next time. Giving that title up. Like, what are we talking about? He told you ain't defending nothing. You had Isaiah Broner. You had Billy Dixon. Like you got people that is standing up for the title, and you ain't there. Where you at, bro? You want to go see Michael Oku? Oh, that's fine. That man called you out. So with that being said, Suge Dunkerton, I guess this week is Suge Dunkerton, hater of the week.
Indeed. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we just gonna go ahead and get to the interview. So let's go ahead and just do that with us and Suge Dunkerton. Now, I wish I had pause music, but I don't have pause music.
That's not it.
Shut up. Welcome, everyone and all, to the home of Go Girl Wrestling, 2DopeMarks, and welcome to the 2DopeMarks Arena, because we got a special guest in the building. He is a mixtape legend, yes. He is the longest reigning Pan-Afrikan Diaspora World Champion. He is somebody who went coast to coast, state to state, city to city, ghetto to ghetto, backyard to backyard, as one Pusha T would say, on grinding, putting on for us. And as D would say, he beat some little boy ass at Fight Club this past Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. I'm gonna let
The
y'all
one,
open. Go ahead.
The only Suge D, Suge Dunkerton is in the arena with us today. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I only have to make one correction. Trisha Dora on paper is the longest reigning champion at like 5 years. Like I don't think nobody's gonna top that no time soon. I do have the record for the most defenses though. Because before I ended up dropping the Kaun, I put in 20 defenses in 640 days. So that equals out to almost. Actually, I'm doing the math in my head. It's pretty close to almost having a defense every month.
Yep, 32 days. Yeah. Every 32 days you defended that title.
Like I was getting busy. I needed to be out there and whatnot. But other than that, like everything else is on point. We're gonna talk about this whole grown man and beating on little boys situation, all that stuff. Please, the allegations be allegating. Okay, but yeah, I'm very happy to be here with you guys today. Thank you for having me.
Oh, but so for those who are unaware, D was in Cheverly this past Sunday. He checked out Flight Club. Our good friend of the show, Chaz, unveiled the Young Simba title after he got that damn suitcase thrown at his chest and had to reveal it. At the same time, what was the cookout was supposed to be the Wrath of Kaun, in which he was going to go and get his rematch for the Pan-Afrikan Diaspora World Championship against Mr. Kaun. However, Mother Nature said, no, that can't go down like that. So before the Wrath of Kaun became the cookout and all things afterward, what are your thoughts considering that it took an act of God in some sort of way to keep you from getting back your title?
Whew. Dude, look, people know my feelings about Kaun. For anybody that watched it on our show, I feel like that was and that's taking nothing away from his build, his acumen. Just he's out there against world-class competition. When he is on AEW, and then he's also been sent out along with his tag team partner to a lot of great places internationally and a lot of good competition as well too. But anybody that watched that match, I feel like it's more of I think it's the textbook definition of I beat myself. He didn't beat me. But regardless, champ is champ. I'm not here to complain. The biggest thing I've been trying to get back to is my rematch. And I guess I wouldn't trip so much about it if it weren't for the fact that, so look, y'all know what kind of time I was putting down. That's the reason why I'm not expecting anybody to put the time in that I put in, but it was important to me to make sure that I was going to every possible area where there was talent that was worthy of being in a world-class world title match. And that reign wasn't so much just about me trying to put on to put some luster and prestige on the Pan-African Championship, but it's also to spotlight the fact that, we out here. We out here in Indiana. We out here in Chicago. We out here in DC. We out here in the South. We out here up north, wherever I can find it, California, everything. And my thing with Kaun right now is it's like, you've been real comfortable having a Roman Reigns schedule. I just noticed it's like, show matches get booked, you can't make it. Matches get booked, you not available. Sometimes it's Tony, sometimes it's not. I'm not here to talk about your contract status or your lack thereof. Everybody knows where you're at. Two things are factual to me though. Much like in the rap game, just because you got a label don't necessarily make you the best. And at the end of the day, whether it's the ring or it's the Cypher, either that bell got a ring or the beat got to play, and we're gonna find out who does what when these situations come. When the light go red, we're gonna find out who does what. So he got me, and I have to accept that. But I don't know how real it is until we do it one more time. And Mother Nature saved his ass. That's the best way I can tell you about it. I would have been hooked up by crook trying to figure that out, especially in a home away from home with DC. But we'll just have to see. I guess we'll have to have his people call his people, and my people will call my people, and it feels like boxing at this point, man. Like trying to put a fight together.
Yeah, it's feeling like Pacquiao versus Mayweather before they finally got it done in 2012. Speaking of your a rapper just on the label, I'm gonna be a little shady just because I like being a little shady, a little instigating. Would you say that he is the drag on the Rough Riders in this situation?
Oh wow! Oh shit! Oh,
there's a number of YNs that are gonna watch this program that have no idea.
Who is drag on?
They got no. I'm not gonna say that about Kaun. I'm not gonna say that about Kaun at all. Like that's definitely not. I don't think that's the situation at all. What I do think though is
salute to down bottom, by the way. Sorry, I got to do wait, drag on. Yeah, so he had a slap. Wait a minute.
You're good, baby. My thing about him is I think it's convenient. It's like I don't think he's necessarily ducking a fight, but if things work in his favor, where he's still getting the ass some time, and he can say, "Hey, I didn't do this," or "Hey, like I couldn't make that because of this, or I couldn't make that out of that," and it's pointing to somewhere else. I don't think he's necessarily like against it. So like I'm just saying, there's gonna have to come a time, and I just hope when that time comes, I'm across from him, and we're gonna do the thing because there was Broner. There's Broner that still wants another piece at him. If he contends, Calvin Tankman was supposed to have his match with him. That never happened at Ashe. And then, of course, my rematch was supposed to happen at the Wrath of Kaun. And then when everything got rescheduled, the Wrath disappeared, and it became a cookout all of a sudden. So, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the cookout, like, I don't know if you tasted the food that they had there during the show. The brisket.
I ain't had time.
Fantastic. Man,
see, that hurts me the most. Hurts me the most. I didn't have time.
Listen, the pork brisket, beef brisket, macaroni and cheese was yeah.
See, you see what I sacrificed for y'all entertainment? Do you see what I sacrificed for y'all's entertainment? It's fine.
So it'll be a decent plate, hopefully, in Charlotte at Ashe.
Yeah,
this weekend.
So while I was eating the brisket, you was whooping some little boy ass.
This is
come on now.
Setup, by the way,
Keyshawn Colors is of age. He stepped to the plate. I stepped to the plate. That's my first time finding out about him as well. I think he's got like a year in the business. From where it stands,
only a year for real.
He's really had a year in, and it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like he has some rookie mistakes, but like it was a hell of a showing on his part when it was all said and done, And I think Billy Dixon had a point about the fact that we're kind of in an era right now where we got some guys that have been there for a minute, but then we got some guys that are kind of fresh faced to the scene, and some of them are ready to go ahead and try to snatch some of those spots. So I think we're in a time where we trying to see who trying to step to what. And I like the kid's moxie, so he didn't get it this time, but I think he's got the potential to be something bigger and something great. I just hope he sticks to trying to get those reps in, trying to develop. We had a really good conversation in the back after everything was all said and done too. I want to see him do well. I want to see anybody do well that wants it and wants to do it the right way.
Shout out to Keyshawn Colors. So fast forward, we were talking about before we started recording some of your favorite people on the indies. Like who are some of your favorite folks to watch? Like dive in. Like if you gotta skip working out or warming up to watch their matches if they're on the same card as you.
The rare occasion, like, you know, we talked about that. The rare occasion I get to see Trish do anything like in long form, especially if she step out and she does take an indie date. I like to see what she got going on always, because she's got plenty in the bag. It's just she's not always able to put the bag on full display. But you know, she's always gonna be one I keep an eye on. I'm making sure ain't nobody around. I will never admit this to his face. I will never admit this to his face. Darian Bankston be on some stuff from time to time. However, I am a card-carrying member, first class, emerald package hater of Darian Bankston at the same time. So he will never get that from my mouth. I will never agree, but I will watch his stuff because usually I'm guaranteed to see something that I have never seen before, and that's good. We need a lot more of that in this business from time to time. Other than that, to be honest, sometimes it's not even individual wrestlers I'm watching. It's collective packages of things. I will give one more individual shout out though. Bojack. Yeah. Can we cuss on this show?
Yes. You motherfucking right.
I'm a cusser, but I try to be good about that kind of stuff. But I have to cuss when I'm talking about him. My nickname for Bojack is motherfucking Bojack. Because every time I watch a Bojack match, he does something I have not seen before or would have thought to do before. And literally, it's like I've seen a bunch of Bojack matches. I'm always going to see something different. So it really popped me recently when they did a spotlight on Bojack, and there were so many people chiming in talking about how good he is. I heard through the grapevine he actually had a little dark match dealio at NWA recently, and I hope that's not like the last dark match or look that he gets from any company, because he's unique. He puts on every time he's in the ring, and like I said, he's just got his head on straight. He really wants it. But as far as products, man, I love watching any kind of product right now that's trying to do something different. Like I like TBD. I like you know, of course I'll pay attention to like what Action or TWE has got going on. But I like good international stuff, like international flavor. Like I still pay attention to what's going on in Tidal, when which was a company I held a championship for when I was in the UK. I still pay attention to a lot of Japanese promotions that are around the way, especially Kyushu Pro. That's Tajiri's newest promotion that's over there. They have some very interesting styles of wrestling. And then in America, New Texas is fun to watch. And another one that I've really been kind of tapping in on that's been like, oh, like y'all got some stuff going. Believe it or not, NWA Exodus. Because I started watching it. I've started watching it because of Pretty Boy Smooth, who I kind of mentor a little bit, but they actually have a very solid product, and it looks like something that should be on TV. I wouldn't even call it. Well, I'm not gonna say independent stuff ain't worthy of being on TV, but when I talk, it's polished. That's what I mean to say. It's polished. Right. It's very good looking. I like watching it, but I watch everything because I think if you're a good wrestler, good performer, it's almost like being like a stockbroker. You need to pay attention to the market as a whole and see what's out there and know what's working and know what's not working. So you know what you can do and how you move towards the market or where you sit in the market too.
Ooh. A student of the craft.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think I stick around this long if I don't, you know?
True. Very, very true. I mean, again, the man has been busting his ass from the south to the north to the west. Whomever will, let's say, yo, we want Suge in the building. He's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna give y'all a show. So, with that being said, a show Sunday. I'll check. You, and a person to be determined later. I don't know if it's Tony from WWE 2K. I don't know if it's you know, I don't know if it's Stretch from NBA Street. I don't know who this mystery partner is.
So it's an intergender tag. So it's got to be a woman. It's got to be a woman because you know it's Jocelyn and Isaiah across from me or whatever it is. Which reminds me, Littlefoot, Stop calling. I got your calls. I got your texts. All right. Like, I know you're not used to people telling you no. I'm telling you no. I got it. I'm gonna find something. I got it.
So my question
man.
here,
shout out to Littlefoot, man.
like I love her hustle, but she dramatic, man. I can like how Kodak Black say, I need a little baby that's gonna listen, man. I can't have that on my team. I can't have that on my team. She gotta be able to listen, dog. She gotta take instruction.
Considering who you going up against on Sunday, I understand. I would have advocated for a loose cannon, to be honest with you, just to throw they off their game, but I understand.
Nah, but you got to see what we across from right now. That's wholesale ass whoopings they giving out, and we talking about her and him. So, like I said, I need somebody.
Yeah, they are the ass whooping.
Look, I've been in the phone. You know, I'm waiting to hear from 2 or 3 little prospects. This gonna be my last plea if they watching this show right quick. Listen, y'all know Suge. You know Suge good for it. I'm a professional. We can make some big things happen as far as it goes. I just need y'all to pick up that phone and I need y'all to dial or carrier pigeon. I even still got a pager activated. You can hit me up on the pager or whatever it is. And don't forget, back in the day, I used to have the direct phone number to me, which was 706 555 555555. Just keep dialing fives until I pick up the phone. All I'm saying is I need somebody. We need to get this thing together so we can make this tag situation work. I'm not gonna get embarrassed again at Ashe. I'm not doing it. Call me.
Please don't get my man embarrassed. Please don't.
Lots been going on, man.
But I'm curious though, because your career so far has not been many of embarrassment. It's been a lot of enrichment and putting on and also doing the damn thing. Again, you have a Pan-Afrikan World Diaspora title in your collection because of what you did with the title.
Oh, this whole thing, man.
Yeah, that old thing.
That one.
Number 9 on the BRP 50 for 2025. Top 75 in the PWI 500. That is literally more than 3/4. 1/8, really.
There were some people not happy about it.
Of course it's not.
That sounds like a them problem and not a you problem.
1,000% sounds like a them problem, not a you problem.
You know what it is? It's, again, another rap analogy. As I've gotten older, I'm starting to notice this more and more, whether it's like movies, it's rap, all this other stuff like that. So you got 2 sides to any business, and there is the major label, and then there's the stuff that happens underground or independent. What I've found and what I stick to is that it's very rare in the same calendar year that the best that is recognized on a major level is the best that's recognized on an underground level. Or usually, like, the most popular person is not always the best person, and the best person is not always the most popular person. And it's very rare when the 2 are actually the same person. Because, like, you know, we've seen situations where it's like, okay, well, John Cena was making all the money and he was on top. But if we're talking about who was really putting on the best matches, it might be somebody that was overseas, or it might have been somebody that was doing rec centers or what have you. Right. It's very rare when it's the same person. I admit probably the biggest eyes I had on me was the whole Pineapple Pete situation. You know, moment in time, have fun, made some money, was what it was. I think those who really know how I get down, whether it's the overseas stuff, whether it was the stuff with freelance, like, you know, I'm not one to brag on myself, but at the same time, it's like, look, they have Cage Match for a reason. Go look up my resume. I've been doing this. I've carried companies when they've been on top. I've carried companies when there was barely anybody in the seats until we got back on top. Like, I know how to pull my part and to pull my part on a roster. And when that responsibility came down to be Pan-Afrikan champion, I was like, okay, Trish carried as far as she could carry. We need to remind people why this is special again. And as a recognized world champion, which again might rub some people the wrong way, it's like that ain't on me. I can't help that it's recognized as a world title. I remember seeing a tweet one time where somebody was like, I can't believe we live in a world where Wheeler Yuta, because he was a former IWTV, like an independent wrestling champion, and myself are considered world champions. Well, yeah, we are. Like, live with it. It's something that we had to do, and it's not just something that we had to do. There's a lot of blood, sweat, sacrifice, all that Ric Flair stuff that goes along with that. Like, what's the Kobe thing? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So you wasn't with me in the cars and packing into them planes and having to skip stuff that I wanted to be there for to make sure that people knew that this wasn't a joke of a title, that it had the caliber of matches that it needed to have, to the point where a Kaun wanted to challenge for my title and got it. So all of that means something to me. And for all the people that are grinding independently, whether they make it to a contract or they don't, I don't ever want them doubting their self-worth just because they never signed a piece of paper. And that's huge to me. And I'm glad that PWI is kind of starting to come around to that, and BRP as well too. The fact that, hey, there's some hitters out there on the indies, man, because there used to be a time you open up a PWI and you could be getting beat like a drum on TV every week, and you would still get guaranteed like top 150 because you're on TV. And it's like, nah, like I don't think it should work like that, man. I don't know. And they decided the same thing. So here we are.
Yeah.
So I got a question. You mentioned the Pan-African Championship. So I got it's twofold. It's twofold. I consider you if I look at the United States title, Lex Luger was the one that held it at the biggest name. Lex Luger, Sting, Arn Anderson, etc.
Absolutely.
But the last person that put like a big name on it was John Cena with the Open Challenge. Right. So I compare you to the John Cena of the Pan-African Championship. I asked the question of, what does that championship mean to you?
Oh boy. What it means to me is something that an idea actually becoming reality, and you having to enforce that reality. And I'll get what I mean by enforce that reality in a second. I took my first bump at 17 years old. And that was in 2000, and giving my age away. That was in 2002. And man, I remember when it was like, you were lucky if you saw more than 3 black people on the show. If there were 2 black people on the show, either you were wrestling each other or you were a tag team. That's what it was. That's just how it went. And even then, it's like, that's why when people talk about that whole thing where they act like, it's like, stop talking about that. That was so long ago. I'm like, really? Was it? Because the time frame that I'm talking about is 2002 and it's only 2026, right? And we're still kind of running into certain issues here and there, but it's leaps and bounds from where I was, because we've gone from like, well, we done met our black people quota, to like, we have whole shows that can be nothing but black performers now. And there was a time where the last time you saw titles of that nature before were kind of like Negro League related championships, like when the dark matches were really dark, right?
Right.
So for them to come around an idea and to have the resources and to have the talent and to have the people to come together and say, we're going to make a title that we want to make almost our NWA, like we want to make that like our NWA title. And it's no disrespect to anybody else, because I've definitely heard my share of jokes or people being serious about, oh, well, such and such has got a cookout invite. Well, how come they can't challenge for the title? How come they can't challenge for the title? And it's no disrespect to anybody that it isn't, like can't trace even a black grandparent for a second. But it's like, y'all have had your time to be able to challenge for any title that you wanted to. Right. And there's titles in Mexico that have never been held by white hands. There's titles in Japan that have never been held by white hands. And that's respected, and people are okay with that, and people still revere it, and still people still follow the product. So I don't think it should be that big of a deal that that's the only real caveat that we have on the Pan-African Championship, which is, hey, we just want you to trace some blackness real quick so we can go ahead and do that, because we need that spotlight, and we want people to know that we deserve it to be on that world level. So this is something that was an idea, and because enough people enforced around it, it's a reality. And that's what makes it so serious to me in terms of if you're the champion, you owe it to be visible, you owe it to be active, you owe it to make sure you're giving the best that you could possibly give, because I want them looking at the lineage and the matches that go with this championship and just be like, oh my God, like this is great, this is incredible. I'm glad something like this exists. And probably the biggest things for me are seeing a lot of younger wrestlers and knowing that they got more paths that they can take, even the ones that aren't necessarily immediately drawn to WWE, but it's like, there is a world title for me to challenge for. Like, there's guys taking their first bump saying, I want to challenge for that title one day. I want to hold that title one day. And I want to see you do it. Because that's... it gets me choked up thinking about it, man. Because I just never thought I'd be in a day where something like that would be, let alone hold it. And we're in it. So how much further can we take it? Yeah.
So you gave me a segue to ask the second part of my question.
Sure.
You winning, or you challenge, so you winning, you beating Kaun for the title. What is your vision for the future? Whether it be you take it to Naptown, take it to Ashe, take it to Texas, New Texas, MPX. What is your vision for the Pan-African Championship? If
the only thing that I did
not, or I'm sorry, when you win it again.
Hey, you know, it ain't real till the music plays and the Falls of County, but I love the confidence.
Absolutely.
The only thing that I didn't get to do that I was dying to do during my run, I wish I had got to use that passport more for it, because there, Darius had been visiting, but I wanted to see Darius where he was at, and Michael Oku and the originator of Everything Pattern, which led to like For the Culture in America, Roy Johnson. And, I wanted to see if I can get Warren Banks out of retirement real quick. And I know Leon's got a lot going on with TNA, but I would have killed for that match too. Like, there's just so much going on over that way. The French scene is crazy right now.
About to say, can we say Ricky Sosa?
Bang Bang, Sosa, Kuro, all that other stuff like that. Like, shout out to the French scene out there. We were using this as a tool to spotlight what we got going on in America, but it's like, hell, we ain't even tapped everything yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still flyer miles that we got to go. And even if I'm not the one to do it, I need people to be able to make this thing push to go ahead and do it. So that's all I'm getting at when I say, like, Kaun, I know you got your responsibility. You got responsibilities, but you got responsibilities.
Yeah.
So, if like, the only way I'm gonna be off your head, you gonna have to beat me again, dog. You just gonna have to. like that'll shut me up. Right. But until we have that opportunity where my contractual rematch is taken, I'm not letting off him, man. I'm not, especially considering how hard but fulfilling that 640 days was.
Yeah,
some of the best times of my life.
A title defense a month. So
that's
my
crazy.
last question for you, sir, is real simple.
Yeah.
Considering that you named Kuros, considering that you named Ricky Sosa, considering that you named so many black wrestlers, which is, remember, as you said before, you used to flip through the PWI. I'm like, let me find a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Is he?
Those were the great pages, the great soggy pages.
All that. And now, you have this explosion, this wealth of black talent. Would you say right now it's the healthiest it's ever been for black wrestlers?
So it's a twofold answer. We've had the talent. I feel like we've always had the talent. Or something you could take that back to, like, Monty Brown, Roski Brown, Nature Boy Scoot Andrews, Black Nature Boy Scoot Andrews, all that other stuff like that. Like, we can get into it if we talking about, Caprice Coleman when he had the tights on the regular, not like behind the booth, all that other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dark City Fight Club. Like, I come from seeing all of those cats who should have had a bigger shot, but just didn't, because it's like, all right, we already got our quota. We got crime time. You know, if we need another hood tag team, we'll holler at you. You know, like we'll do that number. But it's as healthy as it's ever been. I think you've got a wide range, and what I really like about what I'm seeing now, because like I said, I'm a fan of everything. I pay attention to everything. It's not just black people and black athletes and black wrestlers being stuck or pigeonholed into certain things. Like you seeing so many different levels of what blackness can be in professional wrestling. Because, you know, Javon Evans is not Oba Femi, who is not Trick Williams, who is not Swerve Strickland, who is not Private Party. Like all these black wrestlers have their own little things, which is why we don't like it when people be on that whole tip where it's like the best joke you can make is saying they are such and such clone or this and that clone. It's like, okay, so, you know, please don't get me started on that. There's like 5 million Adams in professional wrestling and all that other stuff. We don't do that. But if you want us to, we can. So let's not do that. Yes, but the other side of the coin that I'm getting at is for all of this talent that we have, I don't think the true changes really take full hold until you have people behind the scenes that really get it in terms of for us. Or that's why, like, I get excited about projects like Ashe. I get excited about even little wins like WWE mentioned that they promoted a woman as the head of creative, I believe now. Because for the longest time, no offense, this is just facts stated. So if you get mad, it is what it is. I'm only telling you facts. For the longest time, whenever we look at creative visions, it's usually older white men in suits. So they have their vision of what stuff looks like. But just like the movies, just like recording, just like all this, you notice I keep bringing that up because I'm a man of the arts. I love the arts. Right. We started getting different things in all of these areas when we had other people that were behind the camera with the pen in their hand, talking to the studio heads. Like, you know, Ryan Coogler made amazing things happen with Sinners. Like, there are great directors that have never gotten the rights deals that he's gotten as far as it goes for getting his own project back. Let alone like
you off real quick. Are you talking about the real Ryan Coogler or the not Ryan Coogler from
Man? I don't know how Darius got Ryan Coogler. Like what do you mean not Ryan Coogler? He got Ryan Coogler to put us on.
I had to ask.
Busy schedule.
I had to ask.
Ryan had a busy schedule, man.
Look, that man took time out of arguably the most hectic award season imaginable to put on for Ashe. Come on now.
Now I don't appreciate that he called me ashy because those allegations, I am still fighting those allegations. And then you wonder why I hate Darian Banks and stuff like that. But I'm still fighting those allegations. I think that was just terrible as far as it goes. But regardless, it's like he took time out to make sure that our product was spotlighted and promoted properly. And I don't want to hear any slander about that wasn't Ryan Coogler. It wasn't no clone. Y'all love to talk about a clone. Remember when Jamie Foxx was a clone? Y'all just swore that was a clone too. Like I'm not trying to hear all that.
That man was in the bed almost dying.
Very, very true. But he's alive. Grace of God, whatever you want to call it. That said, I think when you change the ideas of what's happening behind the scenes, then it changes how the pieces are used in front of the scene. So I love that we got all the pieces to play with now. So either we need people with more open minds to use those properly, which we're seeing more of, but I also want to see, like, I'd like to see some women in heavy charge. I like to see some more black writers and black bookers and agents and all that other stuff like that.
Hey, shout out to Athena.
Oh yeah,
MPX. Yes.
Oh yeah. Like once we start to see more of what that looks like, and I'm even talking on top of that because I was on a podcast recently. We still need to see more LGBT Q voices in the writing room, and in the locker rooms and on TV and things of that nature. So once those creative spaces and those authority spaces start reflecting more of what the world looks like in terms of art spaces, then I think it's really, really, really gonna go crazy seeing like what products can really look like. And I'm looking super forward to it. The closest I've ever seen to something like that where I think it could look like that was Lucha Underground. That's why I got excited. Because it felt like anything was possible when you watched that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end out with this last question. You're the mixtape legend, right? So this is what I listen. I'm a hip hop.
Black history all over again, man. Black history all over
again. Give me your top 5 mixtapes of all time.
We have to have a kid named Cuddy. That's still in rotation to this day because Cleveland is the reason. Like I'm not gonna let that go. I feel like you'd be remiss talking about mixtapes if you don't bring up, even though he's not like one of my top 5 rappers or anything like that.
All right,
we're not gonna act like the Dedication 2 wasn't just
that's my shit.
Impactful. Like Dedication 2 had people being like, look, man, people were not anticipating mixtapes to the level of an album until like stuff like Dedication 2. Like Dedication 2, like when's the last like mixtapes did not have rollouts until the Dedication 2. That's how serious it was.
How you do, motherfucker?
You know the strains that I had to put that on my iPod to put that shit in the whip.
It worked every bit. It worked every bit. I get it.
Dedication 2 has a part in my heart that came out the summer of my senior year of high school. Brother, when I heard Cannon for the first time, the Cannon remix,
yes,
dog, I ran around.
I thought I was playing Madden.
Did Dedication 2 have something you forgot on there too?
No. Something you forgot is from the Carter 3 sessions.
Yes, it is.
That was supposed to be one of the singles for the Carter 3 got leaked.
That's probably one of my favorite songs he's ever done on a mixtape. But the Dedication 2 as a whole, strong enough to be an album. Like that's why people talk about it.
Yes.
Speaking of mixtapes that are strong enough to be an album, Childish Gambino, Royalty. Love that from top to bottom. That's my jam. That's my jam. I love it. The funny part is you could probably mix and match any 2 Gucci Mane mixtapes and put them on there. Like 37. Like 37 of them joints, dog. Like just pick one. Pick one.
As soon as Gucci got out of jail, that man started releasing everything.
Oh man. So that 4th spot, you can put any Gucci Mane mixtape. I'm very serious. Just pick a Gucci Mane mixtape. It don't matter because I feel like that's like picking a child. Like out of them ones, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. 5th place, believe it or not, there's a mixtape called Southern Gold, and it's I think it's like Terry Urban and Mick Boogie. They mix. I don't know if you ever heard of her. Her name is Santa Gold. She is the one
yes,
that's
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now we talking. Because she make the kind of stuff that I like because I never know what I'm going to get anytime I listen to her. But it's all stuff from her first album, like beats and hooks and stuff. Mm-hmm. But what they did is they mixed it with popular down south songs at the time. So it would be one of her songs, but it would be like International Players Anthem for the words. Or it would be like one of her songs and it would be like Still Tipping. On it or whatever it is. So it just blew my mind. I love mashups. I DJ, I've dabbled in DJing and all that other stuff like that. So that kind of stuff blew my mind. And then honorable mention, I gotta give a shout out to Viva La Hove. Jay-Z and Coldplay when they mixed that up together. They had some really cold mixes on that joint.
Yes. Salute to the Danger Mouse era of Jay-Z album. Great album, and especially
And I got hard drives that are just full of that kind of music that you just can't get no more. Because, Dat Piff that because you remember how it used to be. They would do the drop. You
Yeah.
go get the little folder file or whatever it is
Yeah.
and save it.
Yeah.
Man,
Look,
they don't know.
Yeah, you
Hey.
don't know how many times I try to get certain things on the iPod to get it in the car.
YouTube and SoundCloud probably are like the last hopes you can get of that music unless somebody's holding on to it. Like I protect them hard drives with my life. It's one of them things. If they robbing me, like take everything else, but leave my hard drives alone, please.
Hey,
like,
brother. Look, in high school and in college, I was the person who burned CDs. So I literally had hard drives on top of hard drives on top of CD spindles, getting everybody the music. Brother, when I tell you the first time a hard drive failed on me, I hit the wall slide like I was in a Tyler Perry movie, dog.
And they couldn't save it.
Couldn't save it. But the good thing is that I literally lent out all the music I had to other people, so they were able to help me rebuild, right? And so now I still got some of them tapes, right? I went back a couple weeks, maybe about a month or so ago, and I was like, yo, let me find Jeezy's Trappin' Ain't Dead mixtape.
Woo!
When you first heard I'm going in, right? Let me find, and I'm thankful, thank God. I was like, you know what? Let me find all the Dom Kennedy mixtapes that I like used to have and run through, because I was telling to somebody like South by Southwest, that was my look. They talk about Houston spring break right now being out of freaking control.
They don't know.
For me as an adult, as a young adult, it was Austin, Texas for 2 weeks. First, it was South by Film Festival, and then the next week
it's going on. It's going on what, this week, right, or next week? Right?
It just wrapped up. They shrunk that thing down to a week.
Yeah, I know it was recent.
They don't know about them Freestyle Kings mixtapes with the fresh chopped and screwed on the Hot Boys.
They don't know Swisher House. They don't know Screw.
The damage they did with that All in My Grill.
See, I'm about to tell y'all. See, this is why I'm gonna show my age. This is why I was the person that dubbed tapes. No, I ain't that damn old. Shut up. I was the person that dubbed tapes with the boom box that had the one tape deck and the other tape deck. Oh wow! Yeah, I ain't had to worry about no hard drive, none of that. You give me Mob Deep murder music. Yeah, I had it ready for you. Wow. You give me Life After Death. I had all of it.
I know y'all getting ready to rap, but I have to tell y'all this story. This is from my DJ days. So you just reminded me of it when you were talking about being the CD man. We used to have a cat like that, and that was around the time when I was DJing house parties. And this was so. I'm gonna set the stage for anybody that wasn't alive during that time. Hold on. Look. I want to look in the windows of your soul, anybody that's watching this.
Oh my God.
There was nothing bigger in rap than the wait for the Carter 3. You can lie to yourself. You can tell yourself, especially the way Wayne been carrying on with the Super Bowl mess and all that other stuff like that. There was no bigger rapper.
2007,
there was no bigger album.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
You had to be there.
Even people that hated Wayne needed to see what this album was on. Like, say what you will. Because people be doing that revisionist history now. They be trying to act like something wasn't when it was. You weren't there. I was there. I lived it. Okay. So
you preaching.
All right. So anyway,
thank you.
Mixtape Dude always used to check in with me.
Thank you.
He used to check in with me every few days because he knew I would always want stuff to add into my rotation. I just remember the day that he rolled up on me and he was just like, "Hey man, I got it." I'll be like, "You have it?" I'll be like, "I got it." It was like, "I got." Like, are you sure? Now, here's the other part for real hip hop heads. Those who know, because the one that he had, remember, they leaked the Carter 3.
Yes, they did.
But you still had to go to the CD store because the CD, the one that came out on the actual physical CD was complete. Some of them songs were completely different than the ones that were on the mixtape. So you technically had to buy the bootleg and the real CD to get the full picture. Like, shout out Wayne. Shout out whoever did that. Shout out whoever did that in that case. Either way, I was like, yes, I have to have this. So I went to the house party that Friday, as we tend to do. We used to get together at my boy Vince. Everybody knew Vince. Everybody knew where he stayed. So when it was house party time, that's the guy you went to. So we out having a good time. I'm putting stuff on. I'm setting the mood, all this other stuff like that. Then I got somebody roll up on me. And then it's like, hey, man, heard you got that Carter 3. I was like, yeah, I do. And the thing is, having that album, but this was before the release. It was like a week or two before it released. Having that album was like having the launch code. Like I could press this red button right now and completely ruin. You don't know what you about to get. Like I can press this red button right now before you ready. And it's like, he's like, you gonna play it? Like, I don't know, man. This is a huge responsibility. I ain't even listened to it yet, And Vince heard us talking. He was like, you got that Carter 3? And Vince had to like sit with himself for like 2 minutes. And he was like, nah, man, don't play it, man. Don't disrespect my house and play that. Okay. Like you gotta keep that thing just where it's at. I'm not ready yet. I don't think my mind can handle it yet. And more people started talking throughout the party for like the next 20 minutes about the fact that, he ain't got a Carter 3, he got a Carter 3, all this other stuff like that. So I remember at one point, probably about an hour or two into the party, there was enough people. It's like they had came to a group consensus and they was like, you know what? Go and play that shit, man. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I can't take this back once I hit the play button. It's like, we can't take it no longer, man. Just go ahead. Pop that CD in. Boom. Hey, Mr. Carter. Like the first bits come in. And that might have been the easiest DJ job I ever had. Because all I had to do was just step back and make sure it was loud enough. Because we all pretty much were having a listening party at that point. Because I didn't even know, right? So, CD going. First time we hearing a Millie in life all together with the bass up. Like dog. So I say this to say, because we're gonna get to the payoff of this. We up. Once we pass the first verse of Millie, we up. The party, there's no controlling the party at this point. Everybody like, Wayne the greatest. Wayne the greatest. He the best to ever do it. He the best. Tears in people's eyes, all that other shit like that. He the best. He the best. Girls throwing ass, all that stuff like that. It's like this is everything. We get a knock at the door.
Oh no.
One of the dudes, I start turning the music down. They like, it's the police. Police. And then everybody's looking at me. Now, I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't mean that as a point of pride or some CM Punk thing or whatever it is. I just didn't. Like, I couldn't afford it.
That's your prerogative.
I couldn't get into it. So they were like, listen, Carl. They're like, that's one of my outside names. You don't want to hear about that. He's like, we need you to go over there and open the door and talk to him. Like, why I gotta talk to him? I'm just playing. This is your house, man. This is your house, Vince. He like, I need you to understand something, my boy. Everybody high right now. Everybody drunk. Except you.
And you the only one that's
like, you gotta talk to this dude, man. He's like, hey, when you talk to this dude, you better talk to him right. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. Turn the music down, go to the door, open the door. Cop posted up at the door. Like, what's going on, sir? He's like, yeah, what's going on, officer? He's like, you know why I'm here? I was like, I have no earthly idea right now, sir. And I got it cracked because I don't want it open up too far, exposing everybody. And then cops like, I know that music is real loud, right? I said, I imagine, sir, we just got real excited. We'll turn it down and make sure we don't have no problem. He's like, all right, no problem. He said, by the way, you playing Wayne in there? I was shook. I was like, yeah, it's Wayne. And it's like, that new Wayne? Yes, officer, that new Wayne. It's fire, ain't it? It's fire, ain't it? I said,
hey, yo.
I was like, you want a copy, man? he was like, I was gonna let y'all off anyway, but you know, if you gonna give me a tip for
might as well.
I got that joint so fast because I bought 2 copies. I was like, here you go. You have a good evening. We cut that shit back up. That night was good. But when I tell you it was that big, that's how I knew it was that
big. Yeah.
Suge D, the one and only, the mixtape legend, has proven himself to be a mixtape legend. Number 9 on the BRP 50, number 74 on the PWI 500. The man is at Ashe this Sunday. Whew, he got me sweating laughing. God damn.
I got Apex. I got the Apex in Augusta, Georgia on Saturday, and then I'm sliding through Ashe.
That man be moving.
He be moving.
That man be moving.
Gas up the pacer. He be moving.
Yep. And like I said, if I have texted you about Sunday, I need you to text back. Like I'm trying to get something going. Pull up. Like text me back.
Whomever is coming through that curtain on Sunday is gonna be a shock. That's the best thing I can probably say. Sure, you got anything you want to plug, man, outside of amazing Lil Wayne stories?
Yeah, I ain't even tell you to play Wayne all night story, but that's a different podcast. ProWrestlingTees.com /Sugar Dunkerton. And you can find me on Twitter at Sugar Dunkerton. You can find me on Instagram at Sugar Dunkerton, FASHO. That's pronounced for show. Okay. What's old buddy Sprayman? For sure. He got me with that, but that's how you say it. I was using that before he started doing it, but I was using it long before, but I think Spray Baby might have perfected it with that joint that he doing right now. Yeah. I do have a TikTok. I don't be on that TikTok. I just post stuff on that TikTok. If you add me on that TikTok, I'm not adding you back because I don't be on there. I just post stuff and I keep it moving because I a lot of that social media, I'll be like that, to be honest with you. Other than that, only other things I would care to say is wrestling is one of the greatest art forms in the world when it's done correctly. We don't know what the times look like, but we know how we are like. So, I mean, we just got to be as best to each other as possible, no matter what's going on. Just love everybody, man. Just love everybody where we can give room to do so. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy that anybody still cares and still gives energy to anything that I'm doing right now. And as long as I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it for you. And I'm going to do it even harder for you in 2026 because I've seen gas prices. So I'm going to make sure that if you spent that money, you're going to get your money's worth.
Indeed. And that is our conversation with Suge D, 2DopeMarks. We are live every Thursday, 7:30, 6:30 Central. We will be in Charlotte this Sunday for Ashe Wrestling. It's our first family get-together since around wrestling, that is, since WrestleMania last year. So we are definitely looking forward to that. And D, say something nice to the people.
Answer that man Page, yo. Like, he need a partner.
That's the nicest thing you could say. That's the nicest thing.
Be a little baby that's gonna listen, and we're gonna go to the top. Let's go. Let's go. You ain't never seen that episode of Martin? He's like, yeah, you have to listen, baby, and you have to trust that everything I tell you is what's best for us. Okay, baby? Don't get heavy on me, baby. Where are we gonna go? To the top if you're not afraid. Let's go.
That's Suge D. I'm Brando. That's D.
Bye.
See y'all next time.
We're the 2DopeMarks, bringing the heat every night. Shop and screw.